All right, everyone, today in this episode, we are going to talk about the patio villa. I'm going to go over the pros and cons of owning a patio villa, which I'll take a quick look around mine. I actually own a Ruby model here south of 44. I'm going to review the different areas where you can find, well, you can find a patio villa everywhere, but what they look like, the floor plans, and you'll get to see a little bit about pricing, what you can expect. And especially up north, some might need repairs, some might not. So you just have to keep that in mind when you're looking at that when it comes to price. My name's Robyn Cavallaro. I'm a realtor here in the Villages, Florida. Before I get started, a couple of things. If you are looking for a rental property, a short-term rental where you want to stay a week, a couple of days, maybe a month, I have the perfect home for you. Yes, it's my rental property in the village of McClure. I call it Clara's Cottage after my granddaughter. And you can go on my website, robyncavallaro.com, and you can book your stay there. If you have any questions, I am always available for phone, text, email, just reach out to me. All right, so let's dig into the patio villa and also look for down the road, maybe not so far down the road, I'm going to review the courtyard villas as well, because there's a big difference in look and style between the patio villa and the courtyards, the further north and as you get down south. So let's hit it. All right, so first, what you need to know about the patio villa. They pretty much take up 60 by 90 feet lots, 60 by 90 foot lots. And they're basically all about the same size, which is about 1,150 square feet. Now, they have some really small models they're calling patio villas that are new. They're less than 1,000 square feet. And we do have a few models where they do not have a lanai. They have a third bedroom, and those are about 1,200 square feet. But on an average, you're going to figure about 1,150 square feet. And you will find these between the really small ones, maybe $235,000. I sold a small patio villa over in the Hammock of Feni a few months ago, and for $235,000, and you could see them up to $340,000, depending on what they've done. Now, for example, with mine, I have a Ruby patio villa south of 44. I updated this home to live in it, so I put a lot of money into my home. If I were to sell it and just try to break even, I would probably have to sell it for about $360,000. Is that realistic? No, I'm not selling it. With the landscaping and everything did on the interior, it's for me. But for the most part, you're going to find patio villas are very attractive for investors as a rental, whether it's short-term or long-term, and also for snowbirds, because it's an entry-level home pretty much from the pricing and the size. And it's great if you're not going to be here all the time or you need an investment property. Now, yes, a lot of the patio villa communities have a lot of rentals, but we have a lot of rentals everywhere here. There isn't any one specific neighborhood. I know I got that question from a potential buyer. They want to be in a rental-friendly neighborhood. And, you know, all right, so I've used my own home as an example. I rented this home before I purchased it. My two neighbors are both long-term rentals. My one neighbor, she's been in that home for longer than I have. So she's been here about 6 or 7 years. And we have a mix of full-time residents, snowbirds, and short-term rentals. So, and that's what you're going to find. Really, if rental neighborhoods are probably 350, 375 and under. You're going to have a lot of rental properties in those neighborhoods. So just keep that in mind, that you can't get around it with this patio villa. This is just the way it is. They're attractive, they're affordable. So let's, I made some notes, hopefully I'm gonna follow them. So let's take a look. So first off, I am on my website, and this is robyncavallaro.com. You can search by area what you're looking for. So if you see over here in the corner, you can just click the section and it'll bring it up. So right now, I've pre-selected this Marion County piece, and I'm going to show you here. I'm just going to go at 300,000 and under, and I only want to see 2-bedroom homes. Now you will find like this is a courtyard villa. We're not going to talk about that right now. That's in another video. And I think over here, I actually have to drag this out because that's part of the villages there. All right, so what you're going to find, these are what patio villas look like. Let's get rid of that. And I just didn't clip the right area, so I clipped a little bit of Summerfield here when I did this, but this is typically what a patio villa looks like. They're long and narrow shotgun homes. So let's look at these two side by side, and you can see this home, they've put an addition onto it. You will find that with a lot of the older properties that sellers, homeowners have made additions, adjustments. They've maybe moved walls, definitely have remodeled, new roof. So you can expect that, but you can expect a lot that are not in good condition and then that needs some work. Just realize that when you're looking at the property from a pricing perspective, that you're going to find all different prices and all different conditions of repair or disrepair. So I've actually pre-selected a couple of homes. Now, I'm not reviewing these properties in any way, shape, or form. I'm just showing you what you can get for your money. This one is listed for only $234,000. Now here in everything north of 44, there are basically two models. There is a Colony, which has more of a square kitchen, and then there's a Cabot Cove, which is a small galley kitchen. That one does have an interior laundry. For the most part, the Colonies, the laundry is in the garage. Now, sometimes sellers have made renovations and updates, and they may have taken that washer dryer and turned it and brought it into the house, and it's not in the garage. So just think about that again when you're looking at properties. Don't get stuck on one particular thing, I like or I don't like. Look, because you may find, especially in an older home, that they've made some type of renovation that you like. All right, so we're just going to take a look, and you can see this one is 1,160 square feet, and it is a Cabot Cove in the village of Piedmont. Again, if you want to know any more about pricing or anything about this home, you can call me. This is not part of that exercise. I just want to show you what to expect. So this one happens to have high ceiling, which you're going to find mixed all north of 44. South of 44, we have all high volume ceiling. This one appears to still have popcorn, which you will find a lot. It's an older home, so it depends on what updates the owner decided to make. So you can see here, this here, the laundry is in the interior. So that's nice. Most, sometimes it's a deal breaker that they don't want the laundry in the garage. And patio villas are all 1.5 car garage, with the exception, and we're going to talk about this later on because they have so many different floor plan options. South of 44, the Topaz actually is a 2-car garage. But remember, when you get something in a patio villa, you give something up. All right, we don't use that. So this one, where they enclose the lanai, so that's always an option. The fences are decorative. They are not like a courtyard where the whole yard is fenced. You cannot put a fence up on any home here in the villages, but you can put an electronic fence. This one is saying it's 1,208 square feet. And this one also is a Cabot Cove in Chatham. Now they've added gutters. The roof looks like it's in good condition, but again, you can see the galley kitchen. And in a further picture along here, you'll be able to see in this hallway here is where they have the washer dryer. But you walk right into the living room. My home is like that. You can see that back here, front door. I don't have a dining room, so my living room is set up to be really large. But there is this little hallway here has a storage closet, the washer dryer, and the entrance to the garage on the other side of that wall. I have seen in some of the older ones, they have those saloon style doors. And in this section, there is natural gas. And you can tell some of the features are older. That's what you can expect. You can turn around and make this your own. The prices are pretty much reflective of that. In this market, I'm telling everyone, make an offer, because we are seeing some sellers stick their heels in. I've been saying that for a while. And a lot of deals to be made. Actually, I just sold a couple homes this week, and my buyers are very happy. They were able to get a nice deal, so I was really happy for them. One was a courtyard, one was a larger home on the golf course up Marion County. Can't think off the top of my head. I can't remember anymore. They all have walk-in closets in the primary and a reach-in closet in the guest room. Okay, and then this one also is a Marion County. And again, see this here? You can tell this is a Marion County address by this number, direction, name, street. Marion County taxes are a little bit higher than would be Sumter County. And I'll show you the counties as we go along. And I'm not going to spend too much time in the middle because everything is pretty much all the same. I'm going to show you just a couple of homes to have an idea. Now, this is a low ceiling and it's popcorn. It does have crown molding. Looks like it's been updated a little bit. Solar tube, interior laundry. And that little door there was a pantry. So you have an interior laundry and a pantry. And again, any questions you have, just call me. See, 1.5 car garage. Now, you can fit a car and then the golf cart on the side. Sometimes the golf cart may have to go a little bit on the angle, and it depends on what size car you have. So for example, I have a Toyota Camry, and I had a freezer up against the wall, up against the house. I actually had to move the freezer to get my car in. I had to move it on the side. But this does have this side lanai. They've expanded it, and it's on a corner lot. So some of these you might be able to get a little extra space. Okay, so that is Marion County. Now we're going to move this up. I'm going to switch here, and I want to go to 466 Spanish Springs. Okay, so now we are in the north of 466 Spanish Springs area, and just real quickly too, here you can check homes by pending and sold. You can change the price range, how many bedrooms and bathrooms, property type. I would just keep, unless you're looking for a rental, and this is just in this area, you want to keep home. Here's where you can add all of your particulars. Now, I would caution, if you're saving a search, not to check off too many of these things because it'll limit the search and you still might find the home that you're looking for without narrowing it down. I just urge you, look at the homes in your price range and area. When they come in your mailbox, your inbox, look at them to decide if it works for you and then pass. Please don't say, no, I don't like this. It's not this, because you definitely might find the perfect house if you just keep your options open. And that's something I hammer away at. But so we're going to start off with this is a Colony Patio Villa. This actually is my listing on Roanoke. It's turnkey and it's been remodeled. This one has high ceiling, plantation shutters, and this was used as a rental. 1.5 car garage. And if you can see here, this one's 1,182 square feet, and this is a Colony, no bond. And you will find no bonds up in the northern areas. Now this one, the laundry, see they don't have the closet here. The laundry is in the garage, but you could cut this open, turn the washer dryer around and put folding doors or whatever in there, and you'll gain some, you're not really going to gain space in the garage. It's going to be different because there'll be a wall there at least. This one has granite countertops. It's new kitchen. And again, this one is turnkey. Of course, if you would like to see it, this would make a great rental, long-term or short-term. Call me. Okay, so now I want to show you this next one. Now this was one of my listings. This sold for $283. This is on Ascot Loop, but it's just south of 466. But okay, here I have to show you from the MLS, because once it goes pending, most all of the outlets, for some reason, there's only one photo, but I do have more photos here. So this wasn't on the market all that long, but why I want you to see this is because this is a Colony that they turned into what we call a Ruby down south. The developer, well, the home was in disrepair, bought it, ripped the kitchen out, and put brand new kitchen countertops, cabinets, appliances, flooring, paint, baseboards, window treatments, landscaping. This was virtually staged, this photo, but to give you an idea what it kind of would look like. But I want you to see what is possible in this home if you get it at the right price, what it could look like. This was a really nice one. And see, for the door, they took the door off for the bathroom and put that barn door, redid the shower, the vanities, the toilets, everything was redone in this property. And congratulations to the buyer of this one. You got a really nice home. But that's something you can do to a Colony. Again, it turns it into, or the Colony look like a Ruby. All right, and then just one other property here. This one on Escobar is 1,121 square feet. It's listed for $249. So there are price ranges in here. It may need work. It may not need work depending on your situation. But I just want to show you that you can buy homes in all different price ranges. But just watch when you're buying it and updating it, what the actual worth would be when it's finally finished. I know I had this conversation with a couple. They were looking at selling a parent's home, and it is in awful condition. And they're going to have a tough time. They need to, whatever, I don't even get into it, but it just needs so much more work. All right, so we'll just real quick look between the sixes just so you have an idea. I'm not going to go through any of these homes because I could bore you all night with just looking. If you want to really look, give me a call. But now you're starting to see the homes creep up in price a little bit. You will find some of them have a bond. What I'm finding is this middle part is, and north, you'll find some of the bonds, most of the bonds paid off, and you will find natural gas in this area. The middle of the sixes and south, you're going to come into all electric, and there might still be a low bond, but you can see 1,150 square feet, 1.5 car garage. Some people have enclosed lanai, some haven't, and I pulled a little bit too much here, so we'll look at one. And again, it's not to critique it, it's just to show you what to expect. There happens to be a wall behind that one. And again, if you want to see any of these, not all of these are, Roanoke was my only listing. These here are not my listings. They are other realtors. I'm not really sure who. And again, I'm not critiquing them. I'm not advertising them. I'm just showing you what you can expect to find in this price range in this area. All right. And then we'll do come on up to the top. Then, of course, we have, where is it? Brownwood. This is south of 44, but this is my listing here. This is south of 44. But now you can see here they put paver driveway, so you're going to pay a little bit more for that. Updated landscaping. This did a really nice job with that. And again, just click on it, look through it, but you can see they all kind of still look the same. It's really when you get south of 44, where we're going next, that you're going to see a big change in the patio villa. And this is what's really, I just want to take a quick break to show you this listing I have south of 44. It is a ruby patio villa, beautiful side, a lot of privacy here, and there is room for a pool. It is not turnkey. It's listed for $299. If you're interested, you know where to call. All right, back to the action. Exciting. I mean, there's so many different models. Those aren't patio villas. So now I'm going to go up to 340 because I know I saw one that put on this incredible outdoor space and it was listed for 340. I'm thinking that it's still there. I'm not going to look for it in this video, but so now you can see here, this one I want to show you. This is what we call a topaz model. This has the 2-car garage. This is on a corner lot. The one thing I find my buyers tell me about the topaz, you see this has the interior laundry. What they don't like about it is they can't put a dining room table. But I've seen people get really creative. They put a little table here, you know, and you still have this Long Island. So not Long Island, New York, but Long Island. But you still have enough space, especially if this is a rental. I don't think it really matters. If you live here all the time and you play cards or you entertain a lot, not having a table to sit and eat at might be a problem for you. I don't have a table to sit out and eat. I have an island where I have 4 chairs. It's usually just me or there's 2 of us. And also when my family comes, I bought folding table and chairs and I just put them out and we eat. However, 1,223 square feet. This one is in DeLuna, $299.9. Let's see, this is one of the small ones I was talking about. This is less than 1,000 square feet. This one has a carport and a golf cart garage. You will find some of those small ones with a full one car garage and the cart ahead of it. But mostly 1.5 car garage. This is a 2 car garage. You can see now we're creeping up in price, and these will have a bond. That's a courtyard. Ignore that. And just so you know, also, the MLS can't search floor plan. So please don't get upset if you get homes that aren't fitting all of your criteria. And any website that you're searching other than, the Villages, their site that's proprietary software, they've designed it to fit their needs. The MLS is for the entire country. So there might be some things that you see that don't fit, just pass. So here, this is one of those ones that are smaller with the 1 car garage. There's no lanai. It may have one in the rear. It has one in behind the home. And that's nice because there's a wall behind it too, so you do have some privacy. It's just that the golf cart garage is in front of the car. Now, these newer homes didn't come with a shower door. And just caution, if you are looking at new patio villas, no shower door, no window treatments, no ceiling fans, no washer dryer. Those are all added expenses. And please, I'm begging you, do not call me and tell me the new homes are cheaper than the pre-owned homes. That's old news. We know that. Because they're basic. For the most part, patio villas or any home that's not new, they have done something to it. And I use mine as an example. There's no way you would buy my home for the $270,000 that they're selling it for. I put $35,000 in landscaping. Now, it might not be for you. I'm not saying do that to your home, but I'm saying if I were selling my home today and you looked at my home and you'd say, oh, well, I can go buy a new one for $270,000, I'd say, go ahead. Because if you want it to look like this, you're going to put $80,000 into your home. So remember that when you're looking, you will spend money. I say this all the time. You buy a new home, you are going to spend money. If you think you're going to spend $10,000, you're going to spend $20,000. I've seen it happen. Okay, so this one, it looks like they enclosed this. They may have screened it in. I can't really tell. Yeah, they did. They screened that in. So people do different things to their homes. So just remember that when you're looking, that there might be updates to the homes. But do you see the look and feel are a lot different. We do have some of the properties that are, where are we looking here? Let's get into, you'll find some, you know what? I'm going to show you, I'll be right. Okay, here we are. There are some models that'll have a 1-car garage, and on the side here is a golf cart garage. This is a 3-bedroom emerald. There's a 2-bedroom emerald, and then the moonstone have this, and there might be 1 or 2 others. I'm not 100% certain, but 1 car and a cart garage. With the emerald 3-bedroom, you give and you get. So you give up a lanai and you get a 3rd bedroom, and you'll find that, I'll show you here. See this here in the 2-bedroom ones? There's a lanai behind this garage here. And there's a door that go down to lanai, but this one actually has 3 bedrooms. And this one I just sold. This was down in Newell. It wasn't on the market very long, maybe a week or 2. And it had started at 3, I can't remember. We started at 305, dropped it down to 299, and we sold it for 296. Get out of there. And again, the beauty of the Villages is that this is the house? No, that's not the one I'm thinking. I think that one that I was talking about may have went pending. It's not this one. There's another one that had this huge outdoor space. All right, this isn't the home I was thinking of, but you can see the different look and feel. South of 44, homes are newer. These homes look different. There's a different vibe when you are in this area. And you can find all of the homes, all of the patio villas. You will find turnkey. Some will be turnkey and some will not, depending on the home. I did a whole video once before about turnkey. But just think about that. Sometimes the furniture is really nice and sometimes it is not. All right. All right, so let's conclude with a final list of the pros and cons of the patio villa. Number one, pro, they are affordable. You can find them throughout the community. Obviously, the taxes will be lower because the price point is lower. Utility bills will be a little bit lower because it's a smaller home. They are low in maintenance. And what I mean by maintenance, not cleaning on the inside, we're talking about lawn mowing, upkeep to the exterior of the home because it's such a small footprint. And these are very nice properties to have if you're not going to be here all the time because it's very easy and very easy to take care of, basically. In my opinion, the floor plans are very efficient. You walk in, you have your living space, and you have your bedrooms in the rear. Keeps everything flowing, little feng shui going on. Most of the time, I don't want to say most of the time, you can get a lot of these properties turnkey because sellers are selling their rental properties and you can get everything that they have inside ready to go for you for it to become an investment property. The cons, they're small and they're 2 bedrooms primarily. Even if it's a 3rd bedroom, it's still small, more of an office type of space. So just remember that. When you're coming in here, can 2 of you live in that much space? For 1 person, it's perfect. If you're here for a short period of time, I don't think it's a problem, but it is a turnoff for a lot of people. And I know some buyers always want split bedrooms. The bedrooms are side by side in all of these. No matter which one you purchase, if you want to get into that split bedroom, you look for the next video because you will find that in the courtyard villa, which would be the next step up. These will appreciate in value. Depends on what you purchase it for. I'm never going to give you a 100% guarantee. And these are easy to resell because people buy them as an entry home. They're going to retire soon. They want to buy it before they retire. And for investment properties. So the patio villa is a very popular home to purchase and to resell. These are very popular to resell. It depends though, sometimes it might get really competitive with price because there's so many, but also if the home, and this will ring true for any property, if it needs updates, you have to be careful how much you spend on it, what the ceiling is. So right now, if you're looking for a patio villa and your plan is to flip it, right now they're going $299, maybe a little over $300, depending on what you put into it. So keep that in mind on what you pay for it. We won't get into that. It's a whole other video. I'm actually going to do a video on how to remodel your house and what things cost and what you can expect. So look for that coming soon. I mean, I got a lot of them in line and sometimes life gets away from me and I don't get to all of them as easily as I would like. The other con is parking because the driveways are small. And of course, you know, the further south you get, the driveways become smaller and you only have a one car garage. If you have 2 cars in a car something has to sit outside. So that could be problematic for some people. But bottom line, this is a great property if it's your first entry into the Villages. You do not want a manufactured home, and you may only have a budget of $300,000. If you're looking for any other additional information on this community, how to buy and sell a home here, and you're looking for an expert, I'm Robyn Cavallaro. I'm a realtor. I am an MLS realtor here in Florida. I do not work for Property of the Villages. If you'd like to see any pre-homed homes here in the MLS, you want to sell your home, I'm your girl. All right, my number. Don't forget Clara's Cottage, and register to search for your next home on my website. I am now going to finish watching out my pickleball. All right, everyone, until next time, I'll see ya.